and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all very well today. Today I'm going to be talking about my favourite things from the month of July. July has been and gone, August is here. They've started announcing people who're going to be on Strictly Come Dancing this year, aka Merry Christmas. I'm very, very excited about it being August because it does mean it's just edging that little bit closer to autumn. And I've had some horrifically hot days recently, so I'm very, very pleased that's happened. But don't talk about the horrifically hot days because they weren't your favourite. We're going to talk about my favourite things from the month of July. I've got new hair, by the way, literally new today. And you know, like when you've got new hair and you just feel like it wears you for a few days, like it's just very neat, and I'm just not used to it being this neat, but we'll go with it. So let's start, as I always do, with my favourite book from the month. If you have watched my July wrap-up, you will know I had two favourite books from the month. And I believe a reread was also been given 5 stars. But my favourite book for the month, on reflection, because originally I only gave this 4 stars, and I've gone back to it and given it 5 stars, is Disobedience by Naomi Alderman. This is a book set in a Orthodox Jewish suburb of London called Hendon, and you're following the lives of Esty and her husband David, and a woman, Ronit, whose father, the rabbi, has just died, and she's returned from New York back to Hendon, and you sort of revisit Esty and Ronit's previous relationship, where they were in, well, it's strange because I don't feel like it was like a really big romantic relationship, but they were definitely in a relationship when they were younger, and now Esty has married Ronit's brother, Ronit's cousin David, and yeah, it was just, I just found it really, first of all, really interesting, just a sort of insight into what life is like for Orthodox Jewish people, because it's something I literally had no idea about. And also just I really like the way it was told. There's one font for Ronit's perspective and there's one font for Esty and David's perspective, and I just really liked the whole vibe of it. I thought it was really good, really good book, really good book. Put that on the bottom. Really good book, but very much enjoyed it. So I have a few things to show you here. Quite a lot of them are food related. Let's start with one food related item that isn't here. I follow Charlotte Jacqueline on Instagram. I'm very fond of her Instagram account. If you haven't checked it out, then please do. She runs, she's got sort of like I'd say like a lifestyle like blog, and a really amazingly curated Instagram feed. And she did a sponsored post from Boursin, which is a cheese, like a soft sort of mousse cheese, garlic and herb flavoured. Absolutely bloody delicious. And I saw this Instagram post she'd done. She did Instagram stories about it, where she had this sort of like massive table of all this lovely food with a Boursin alongside it. And since then, I had not been able to stop thinking about Boursin, so much so that I've actually got through 2 things of Boursin, plus a fake Boursin that I bought in the co-op today because they didn't have actual Boursin. So that is one of my favourites, just because I've been enjoying it so much. It's just so good on a cracker, on a bit of bread, on, like, I've got some sourdough crackers. Just been having it. Absolutely delicious. A couple of grapes sliced on top of that as well. Bit chutney, yum. So that's been one of my favourite things for this month. Boursin, imagine. Let's get all the food bits out of the way. And also 2 drinks. So the first one is a Dalston. Minnie, don't scratch the chair. Minnie! She looked like she'd been really told off, which she had been. The first are a selection of fizzy drinks. These are made by Dalston's, and I hadn't even heard of these before, but I bought, they do 2 cans for £1.70 in Asda, which I bought while I was on holiday. That's a favourite, that's coming up later. And they do Cherryade. This is Cherryade with sweet and sour cherries. It is delicious. I mean, it's proper like fake cherry is one of my favourite ever flavours. Like, really sort of like, it doesn't really taste like cherry at all, but you know, Muller Corners, the cherry bit in that, that's what this tastes like. Really nice. They also do fizzy elderflower, which is nice, but my other favourite one, which I haven't saved the can for, is rhubarb, which is just delicious. They're really nice. I'm yet to see them in multi-packs. I've only seen them in these sort of like individual cans in Asda's, where they're 2 for £1.70, but very nice. And even like we normally water down our fizzy drinks with sparkling water, and they're still as delicious with that, but now they can go in the recycling because I've been hanging on to those forever. My sister's here just padding around eating a bit of watermelon. Oh, what you got there? A couple of
I've got some questions to ask you about them.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
Anyway, the next thing is also a food item, and that is a oat milk. This is Oatly, a Barista edition oat milk. Also, when I was on holiday, one of the guys that I was on holiday with, Toby, he drank this and said it was lovely, it was the best oat milk, and it is the best oat milk. It's not just the original one, also it's really popped where I need to throw it in the bin, like put it in the recycling. This is the
higher fat content.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
My voice on the in the pews is saying it's because it's got higher fat content, but this is bloody lovely. In tea, really, really nice. In overnight oats, really, really nice. With cereal, really, really nice.
Froths up for coffee.
Does it froth up for, oh, that's why it's the Barista edition. Yeah. So it is a little bit more pricey, but not super more pricey. Like, I think it was only like 20p more expensive. But the taste of it was absolutely delicious, and I've bought a few of these since then. I do drink cow's milk. We get cow's milk delivered, but I just felt this is nice to have with like overnight oats and things like that. Very much enjoyed it. So, two of those things I've mentioned have been related to my holiday. So, myself, David, my cousin Laura, her husband Tom, their daughter Delia, their dog Betty, my auntie Maz, and Laura's friend Toby and Benedict, and their dog Douglas. We all went on holiday to the Lake District. You don't have to remember all those names, there's not going to be a test. We went on holiday to the Lake District at the... Well, it wasn't even that long ago, it was like 2 weeks ago. Hadn't been to the Lake District before, and had very high hopes, which it absolutely met up to. Some of the most beautiful scenery ever. The Airbnb we stayed in, the views were just amazing. David and I got the best bedroom in the house, which was an absolute delight. We drew straws for it, and David and I got it, so that was very nice. With just rolling views. We had some such lovely day trips. We went to Coniston, which is a lake, and hired out a boat, and went driving around on an electric boat, which I was very nervous about. I'm not a very strong swimmer at all. You do get life jackets and everything, and very much enjoyed that. And I drove the boat myself as well, which was very exciting. And what else did we do? Oh god, one of my best, like, do you ever have like food moments where you know that like this food that you're eating you're going to remember for the rest of your life? Well, we'd been on this massively long walk, and I mean like really, really challenging, walking up hills like this. It was raining when we left, all of our boots were filled up with water, we were drenched, then it was really hot by the end. We were walking up sort of like non-paths that were covered in leaves like this. We were all knackered, and then we were walking to this bakery, which, as the crow flies, wasn't that far away, but the walk that we went on was sort of like all over the place. And then once we'd got there after, I feel like, I don't know if I'm exaggerating when I say 3 hours walking, but I really feel like it was 3 hours walking. We got to this bakery, and by the point we got there, it was really, really hot. We'd walked up a really steep hill next to a road, and we were just up for some food and some watering. We just really needed food. And I had there a cheese and potato, like hand-raised pie with peas and gravy and a raspberry ginger beer, and it will go down in history of one of my favourite meals of all time. It was so delicious and amazing, and it was the sort, I ate it and I thought I could eat that again, and it was so cheap as well. It was like £6, and I absolutely could have eaten it again, but I was like no, because I knew it was going to be a really special little food moment. So that holiday we just ate so well, we played loads of board games, we had a really, really good time, and just it was just so much fun. We just had a really, really good time. As I mentioned, we did play loads of board games, and I've actually made a video about some of the board games that we played on that holiday, which I will link down below. But one of the other games I wanted to mention is a game that I don't own, and one that we played while we were away, and that is the game Chameleon, which is made by Big Potato Games. Now, this is a really, really like confusing game to explain, but what you basically do, you're sat around a table, and there's a category of a table with lots of different words. So it might be chocolate bars, for instance. So there might be Mars on there, might be Snickers, there might be Galaxy, there might be Milky Way, there might be... Name a chocolate bar, Charlotte.
Sorry?
Name a chocolate bar.
I think you named all the ones on.
No.
Boost.
Boost, Twix, all these chocolate bars, so 16 chocolate bars, and everybody gets a card, and on that card it'll either give you some grid references of a word that you're all looking at, or your card will say you are the chameleon. Now, when it gets it, then you then have to each say a word that relates to one of the words that is on this board. And if you're the chameleon, you don't know what that word is, so you have to sort of like make a word that's vague enough to include some of them on there, or vague enough to include all of them. And also, if you're not the chameleon, you don't want to give a word away that's going to be really specific, so that the chameleon knows what the chocolate bar is and then can join in. And the game is that you pick who the chameleon is, who the person is that doesn't know the word, and it's just super, super fun. It's a really good game. I think I'm probably going to get it myself. I'll just click my finger, it really hurt. I'm going to get it, and I feel like it's a really good one. You can play it with like big groups of people, very enjoyable. And you also get a blank sheet as well, which you can add your own ones. obviously we played a Harry Potter round. So yeah, really, really good game, really much enjoyed it and would definitely recommend, so very good. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is something that I've already mentioned this month. So this is something that I've mentioned in my at the moment video, because I was talking about what I'd been doing online at the moment, and the last thing I'd done online was order some things from the company Splosh. So I've put this at the end of the video, so that if you want to disappear now because you've already heard my Splosh spiel, then please do. But I've actually used some more of the products since I last made that video. So if you did fancy finding out how I'm getting on with them, then stay around, why not? So Splosh is a company that sends you household cleaning products and personal care products like hand wash, shower gel, in plastic bottles. And then when you finish with them, you refill them. They also send you these refillable concentrates. So this here is shower gel. This is 3 shower gels in here. You fill up with what, this is the only one that we've remade ourselves so far. So this is ginger and grapefruit shower gel. You fill the bottle up to here with water, and then you add concentrate up to the top and slosh it around, and it really does work. It's amazing. That's the first one we've made up. So you're not using bottles. Then when you've used up 8 of these, you then post them back in the packaging that they give you, and they give you a label that you stick on the front, and they will recycle them themselves. So instead of buying a new shower gel every week, which is basically what we do in this house because David loves the shower gel, or buying a new fabric conditioner every 2 weeks, or a new washing up, you're getting the refills, you're getting the refills, and you're being able to fill them up. So since I made the video, so when I'd made the video, I'd been using, when I made the at the moment video, I'd been using the shower gel, which we both really love. David's very fussy with shower gels, and there was 2 scents. There was the ginger and grapefruit, which is this one, and there was also a rosemary and lavender, which I have actually since bought another bottle of. I bought a refill of that, so when we've got through the ginger and grapefruit, we'll move on to rosemary and lavender, which I think is more of a bedtime scent, but it's very nice. So yeah, so we've used that. We've also used the hand wash, and I will forever stick by the fact that this is my favourite ever hand wash. This is green tea and mint, and it's so fresh and so lovely. And I've bought a refill of that, and I've also got a refill of the blackberry one, which I'll use when it gets into the autumn months, but really good. These are all products that I've had since the beginning of July. This is our 2nd bottle, so since the beginning of July, it really lathers up well considering how much shower gel David uses. I've made him not use as much because it lathers up so well. That's the hand wash. We've used the laundry stuff, which is lovely and amazing. How nice did my house smell the other day when you came in? Well, voice it. Beautiful. Really great. And you use, like, although they don't look like great big bottles, in fact they're 450ml, with the fabric conditioner you only need to use half a cap, and it just smells the house out beautifully. And with the laundry detergent you do use the whole cap, but really impressed with both of these. And then we've just started using the washing up liquid as well, and this is the grapefruit washing up liquid, which is just perfect washing up liquid. So really love this company. I think it's a really great idea. It's just another way. I've already saved 18 bottles. You also get an app on your phone, so you can really easily and quickly order stuff. I think what my plan is going to be is that every time it's payday, I'm going to look at what I've got, what I'm running out of, etc., and order them so that they're in. Because you never really want to run out of stuff, because then you'll have to go out and buy something from the local shop. But really enjoy them. They will replace any bottles that get broken or anything like that. So when, like, if this was to wear off the back, or if your cap was to break, they'll replace them free of charge. Really enjoy it. Think it's amazing. This is not an affiliate link or an ad or anything like that, but I do have a referral code, which I will link down below. That gets you guys 15% off, and it credits £3, I think, to me. It did change. I think it used to be £3 off for you, and I got £1, so it's changed round. But yeah, basically you'll get money off and I'll get a bit of money. So if this is something that you feel like you want to do, then do it. But yeah, it's one of my favourites because I've been so impressed with all the products so far, and you're saving the environment. What's not to love? So those are my favourite things from the month of July. Let me know what your favourite things from the month of July are. Let me know how you feel about Splosh. Let me know how you feel about, what else, Charlotte?
The milk.
The milk. Let me know how you feel about the milk, and I will see you all again soon for another booktube video. Goodbye.